Hello everyone, welcome back to the weekly Geekdom. I am Ben, and with me is my friend Don. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, sir. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. This has been an interesting week for geeky news. If you haven't been caught up, there's a lot of stuff to get into.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
really,
I heard a couple little things, but nothing major happened this week. So, I mean,
you know, there's a basic, quiet, run of the mill. Nothing
yeah,
at all, nothing at all.
nothing
Before we
crazy.
get into it, I forget. Have you seen Black Adam yet?
No, I haven't seen Black Adam yet. No, no,
Okay,
no. Yeah,
I watched
I still
it. It
gotta
was
see it.
good.
Yeah,
It was good. With what? With what?
I've heard good things overall. I think. Yeah,
It's not a critics movie, but it's a fans movie. That's what I'm
mm.
hearing. It's
And
a lot like
that's what I want. I don't want a critics
right.
movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love a but yeah, no. The critics don't get superhero movies. They just don't get them.
Well,
I
I
mean, I think
mean,
didn't they give Batman '89 like a horrible review back in the day? Wasn't that one that they just like went after?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I know there was
I
a
mean,
few of
what?
them that they have just gone after that even fans are like, this is like you're crazy. Like I think even the first Avengers, I think people went at critics
Well,
went after.
that got a high thing.
Was it okay?
That
I was gonna say
got,
there was one big one that they went after.
now you're having curious. What is
I am curious, actually. Yeah.
Batman 1989? Okay, I'm going to give you overall under 75%. You can take a guess.
What good reviews?
Uh, uh, Overall under 75% from the critics' reviews.
Yeah. I'll say under just because I still think that was one.
73.
Okay, I mean that's not bad then. That's not bad.
Yeah,
That's not horrible. That's
I'm
not
curious.
horrible. There are, but I do know there was a few. There's been a few comic book movies where, I mean, everybody has pretty much agreed on them, and
Wait,
they're just Star Wars. The original Star Wars, I think, was panned pretty bad by the critics.
overall, okay, overall under 75% for Superman the movie.
The original Superman,
The
yeah,
original.
that had to get over. Even critics had to say over.
93.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's a great movie. That's
Oh,
such a great movie.
I think that might be on top 5 for me in comic book
Superhero
movies.
movie, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's up there. It's definitely up there. I would
I'm
agree with that.
curious. There's
Christopher
one
Reeves was
like,
just a great Superman, and he was a great
oh,
Clark Kent. He was a great Clark Kent. That's what really sold it.
exactly.
You
Okay.
know what's up?
Overall under 80%. Logan.
Oh, I know. They love Logan. Yeah, over. Everybody loved Logan.
94.
Yeah, I remember
Higher
that was
than
high.
Superman. Higher than Superman.
I mean, see, here's my issue though with comparing Logan to like a Superman or any movie from
Yeah,
like modern to like older.
right.
Look, Superman 1 now would never make it. It's a cheesy movie for now. But for what it is and what it represents and just, for people like
Hang
us,
on.
yeah, what's up, man? Absolutely. So, but because I would say I think Logan is a better movie.
Okay,
But
yeah.
but how I feel about Superman and Logan is pretty similar. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm right there
That's
with you.
yeah. That's
And,
all I would say.
I'll include Batman in that talk too.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
Maybe even Batman
It's
Begins.
just it's hard for me to compare older stuff to newer stuff because
No,
acting has
yeah.
gotten so much better. Not even CGI and stuff, just acting and just filming and just what we can do with film has gotten so much better. So it's almost unfair to compare older movies to newer movies sometimes.
I there's a much longer talk, but
Yeah, oh yeah. That's
when certain directors come
Mhm.
out bashing comic book movies,
Yeah, I don't
it
like it.
really pisses me off.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I don't like it. I think again, it's unfair because look, Scorsese. Okay, let's take him for example.
Oh,
He's the
okay.
biggest one. He's the biggest one. Okay,
Well, there's somebody else that did it recently.
sure.
But
Oh yeah,
when
no,
we're
no, no.
talking about
But the reason I want to use
it.
Scorsese and the reason I use Scorsese is actually so he makes mobster movies and he makes other movies obviously, but he makes some of his
Right.
best movies are mobster movies. We know that
Yeah.
these were criminals that he is glorifying into heroes in movies.
Okay.
But he has the nerve to take something that is completely fiction from the beginning and people just have a love for it and hate on it. But you're glorifying criminality and actual people in this country that were criminals. I don't see
What
how you really have a leg to stand on in that argument.
I
I just
don't know
don't.
why I find it easier to be okay with him rather than James Cameron coming out and taking all these shots
Yeah.
again. He pisses me off
He made
because
Transformers. How dare you? How dare you? Or no, I'm sorry. No, that wasn't James Cameron. No. I'm sorry. Avatar, though. I'm sorry. Avatar, though.
Avatar,
Let's talk
yeah.
about that. If you want to talk about superhero movies, what did you do with Avatar? You made
I mean,
superhero Dancing with Wolves. That's what you did.
I'm sorry.
I didn't
Avatar,
mean. I didn't. I sorry everybody out there. I did not mean to
no,
say. I was talking.
Avatar is a beautiful movie.
Oh yeah.
I call it a picture frame movie because you can watch that movie on mute and you can be taken into a wonderful place.
Sure. Sure.
The story on that movie, you said it yourself, it's shit. I'm sorry.
I just think
Uh,
Dances with Wolves is a better movie. Personally, I just think Dances with Wolves is a better movie.
Pocahontas
So
is a better movie.
sure. Yeah. I agree.
Uh,
But
uh,
again, it's not to take anything away from the movie he made. He made it, like you said, one of the most beautiful movies we've ever seen. I mean, he did.
right.
He absolutely did. So
Man,
it's
like I said, we could go on this for
oh
hours,
yeah.
uh,
Hey,
yeah.
look,
Anyway,
but yeah, I don't like people that attack comic book movies when I don't know, man. I don't like it either because
when they're unprovoked, and then go after comic book movies.
that's a part of it. But for me too, it's just punching down. Like comic book movies don't win Oscars every year. Like it's not like Scorsese movies are losing this um comic book movies.
But I will say this: they're
He
making
gets
more
his
money
Oscar
now.
every time he makes a movie.
They're making more money than Scorsese movies make.
Okay, but
And
that's not anybody's fault.
no, yeah, of course not. But that's where he's coming from.
I could see if they were getting like all the because look, Scorsese is going to win Best Director over anybody that makes a comic book movie every year. If he puts a movie out, he's going to make he's going to get the Oscar. I'm just saying, you know what I mean. Like people like that are going to get that. Not specifically him, but
Yeah.
Spielberg, people like that. They're going to win the Oscar every time over a comic book, over a James Gunn, over people like that. So it's unfair. It's unfair. But they want to cry, that they don't that they're being basically oppressed. Or I don't want to say oppressed, but you know what I mean. Like they're the victims in this, and they're not.
Right.
The comic book movies
Yeah.
are really the victims because we've got some really good movies in comic book movies, and they haven't got the recognition they deserve. They really haven't.
No.
Not from
No.
Oscar standpoint and things like that. So
anyway, like we said, we could,
again, it's something we could talk about forever. Yeah, I agree.
Right. Maybe we should. Maybe that would be a good show.
It would be a good topic.
Tuesday was an interesting day.
Mm-hmm.
We first got started with a little trailer for James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Let's talk about this for a minute. What did you think about
Kevin
what?
Bacon? Featuring Kevin Bacon.
No, not featuring, introducing Kevin Bacon.
Oh, that's right. It is introducing. You're right.
Introducing. What did you think of this trailer?
Oh, it looks fun. It looks exactly what a holiday special is supposed to be, man. This is going to be just stupid fun with these characters. Hopefully it's at least watchable. It's not we don't get the Star Wars Christmas special out of this, hopefully.
We don't talk about that. There's something we don't talk about. That's one of the things we don't talk about.
But short of that, I mean, as long as it's not that, level of crazy, I want a little crazy, absolutely, in a holiday special. They're going to kidnap Kevin Bacon for Star Wars. Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Dude, have you ever seen the Muppets, the movie that came out in 2011?
Yes, yeah.
In Jason Segel. This Kevin Bacon thing reminds me of what they did to Jack Black. Remember what happened?
Sure. Yeah. No, exactly. Again, but this isn't part of the universe. This isn't, this is just fun. This is just fun. And that's why I think it hit me different. It just hit me that way. Where I'm like, yeah, this is absolutely what I'm going to have.
I'm excited for this, man.
Yeah.
I am excited. And I think
I'll tell you what, off topic, I'm really excited for. I just saw the trailer for. I don't know if you saw this, but the Santa Clauses with Tim Allen.
Yes.
I'm actually excited for that, dude. That looks fun.
I'm a big Tim Allen fan.
Sure.
And I'm not afraid to say it. I love that first Santa Claus movie.
Yeah, the first one's amazing. Yes. I even like the second one. It's just the third one that went crazy for me. The third one got too out of control for me.
Is that the one with Martin Short?
Yeah, that's Jack Frost. And
Yeah.
But the first two, I don't mind. I really love the first one, and I like I said, I like the second one. I wouldn't say I love it, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this new show. Why not?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And holiday, it is a time for holiday stuff, and I'm all here for it.
Absolutely, man. Dude, did you watch the Lego Halloween special, the Star Wars Lego Halloween special?
No, I haven't read that.
It was fun. Yeah. Again, don't go into it expecting, anything, crazy. But yeah, just for what it's supposed to be, it's a fun little ride. And it's only about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So it's easy to watch.
So after the trailer for this holiday special, news came out. James Gunn and Peter Safran, these two men are the new heads of DC movies. They are in charge. They're in charge of all of DC right now.
Yeah.
What are your opinions about this?
Oh, I mean, obviously, I don't want this at all. Why would we want this? Why would you want two people that know what they're doing to actually run your storyline? Why would you want to do that when you've made gems like, Wonder Woman 84 and so is exactly, and Batman vs Superman. Like when you've made such gems as those, why would you get people that are competent and can actually make comic book movies? Don't do that. No, of course. This is awesome. This is awesome news, dude. No, this is great news.
This is what we, as DC fans, been wanting.
Yeah.
This is DC Kevin Feige's. One person handles the creative, one person handles producing. This is a great idea.
Perfect.
Frankly, some other studios we know should be doing. Uh,
Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm. What? Who said Kathleen Kennedy? No. No, dude. Overall, this is great news for DC, man. Because look, as much as I love Marvel, and I think Marvel has dominated easily the last 20 years. I mean, I think we would both agree on that, right? The last 20 years has been dominated by Marvel. But I still love these characters. I love Superman. I love Batman, Wonder Woman. You know, I still want to see a good Green Arrow. I mean, there's things I want to see. So, yeah, if they can pull this off, man, absolutely, this is going to be amazing for WB.
And we know, spoiler alert, but it's been all over the news. Everybody knows it. Henry Cavill is back.
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
Superman.
And you know what? I heard this too. Is this true? The Rock said that Black Adam is like the kickoff of Phase 1.
Yeah,
for the new DCEU.
I heard that too. I'm not into that. Oh my, he is. Why not? I mean,
yeah.
And it's not called DCEU anymore. It's called DCU. That is the new name of it. DCU.
That's fine. I have no problem with that.
And the Joker sequel is now being held by Warner Brothers and not DC.
Okay.
But I think the film is like that too, so that's really not here though. And I don't know about the Batman yet.
Well, what about Shazam? Because they're definitely going to connect this to Shazam.
Oh yeah, Shazam, Superman, Aquaman, they're all part of this. Okay. But the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix is not.
Now, what about like Margot Robbie? Are we going to keep her? I love her as Harley Quinn. I'd love to see if they pull that off.
I have to think they will, only because the Suicide Squad was been directed by James Gunn and produced by Peter Safran. So
right.
We're going to keep getting Peacemaker.
Well, here's a question. So we know her origin story. I mean, as far as she's manipulated by the Joker to become Harley Quinn.
Right.
So in this universe, has that already happened? Obviously, it has, right?
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah.
So Jared Leto. Well, yeah, I guess we did see it with Jared Leto, but I completely forget about that movie every time. I hope that's not what they're going to continue with as her story. That's what I guess that's what I'm asking is, where does her story stay the same and change as now from that?
Well,
if they keep her.
In order to keep Jared Leto too. I don't know.
See, I don't think they should. I think they need to let that ship sail.
No, they need to let him go. They need to let Eisenberg go. God knows we don't need him anymore. Yeah.
I guess here would be the question for that then. Here would be the question, just to back up what you just said. How mad would the fans be if we get a good movie and we just replace the bad characters?
I think they'll be happy. I think we're getting I think.
Like, we keep Margot Robbie, we keep Henry Cavill, but we get rid of, like you said, Jesse Eisenberg, we get rid of Jared Leto, and we get new people in to play those roles.
We get a new Flash.
Oh, we'll definitely get a new Flash.
100% we're getting a new Flash.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they announced who's playing the new Flash.
They did?
Yeah, it's Oh shoot! I was literally just listening to this the other day. It was Christian and them talking about it.
And reported, and nothing's been confirmed.
Well, sure. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, sure.
And me reported. I know what you're talking about. That's a name that's been talked about.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
there's nothing official, nothing
Fair
done.
enough. I misspoke probably then. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just remember that I was listening to Christian and them. They were talking about it, and they were talking about one name specifically.
There was somebody from that movie 1917, and I think that's what you're.
Yep.
I forget the name, but
yep.
He's being reported on, but he hasn't been confirmed yet.
Okay. Then I apologize. Then I didn't mean to say confirmed. Then sorry.
Yeah. So I do think at the end of this Flash movie coming out,
mm-hmm.
we will be looking at a new Barry Allen.
I would think so. And it's smart if they do it in this movie anyway, because this is Flashpoint, so they can get away with it and it just brings somebody in from another universe and just he dies. Ezra Miller dies, and whatever. We get a post-credit scene with the new one, something like that. I think that would be smart. I don't know what else to do with this movie, man, because I don't even know how much I want to watch this movie at this point, but I mean, I'm going to watch it obviously just for.
We have to remember, man, talking about this movie, and I keep saying it every time, and I feel like I have to. We in the movie atmosphere space on the internet and Twitter, we're in the minority.
Yeah.
And we're the only ones who know who this individual is.
Yeah.
Nobody on these streets knows who fucking Ezra Miller is.
Well, so they're still planning on next year, right? Releasing that movie.
As of now, yes, but with James Gunn and Peter now taking over starting Tuesday.
You think it could come out faster?
I think it will come out faster.
I was going to say, because what if the trial starts before the movie comes out and all this stuff becomes public about what he did, and it actually is in the public sphere and everybody knows about it?
The longer they have to wait for the movie to come out, the worse it could
get. I agree with you, man. Because we, like you said, we know how bad it is, but how many, normal,
nobody
people,
nobody know.
Right.
And I know people on the internet don't like to hear that. They think really all the maturity, but we're what, 2% of the general public, if that?
Dude, I mean, I'm just thinking back to probably about 12 to 15 years ago, before I found, this sort of stuff on YouTube. I didn't know about half of the stuff I know now. Like, I wouldn't have known any of this stuff. Superman and Black Adam would have missed me until I saw the movie, and then I'd be like, oh my goodness, I mean, so yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, like you said, unless you're really into this stuff and you're, following it so close, you don't hear about these things normally. Yeah.
And Johnny Depp is a different category, because he is everybody knows Johnny and Amber, right? I mean,
sure.
He'll walk at somebody, they know Johnny and Amber.
Yeah. That just became a spectacle too, though. They made that into a spectacle, so that was a little bit different.
Right.
But yes, you're right. You're absolutely right about that.
Same thing goes with Britney Spears. Everybody knows Britney Spears.
Sure.
So nobody knows who fucking Ezra Miller is.
Yep. No, you're right.
I hate to put it like this, and I think that's part of the problem. If he was bigger, like a Will Smith, I think it would have been dealt with long time ago.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, especially if it would have been public like it is, yeah. Or at least for, what we know about it is just being, yeah. It's dude. It's that one's just a weird situation. But to get back to Gunn and how do you say his last name again? Saffron. Yeah.
Saffron.
Yeah. I think this is. I mean, it's about as perfect of a pairing as you can get, right? Especially for DC or any type of comic book franchise.
Absolutely. They worked together in the past.
Yeah.
They know each other. They're really good at each of their field. And kind of
the new Suicide Squad was awesome. I mean, that movie was awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
So
and kind of has been working with the competition for 8 years, 6 years.
Yeah. And I love Feige, man. I love Feige so much. Did you see what he said about it? Did you see when they announced?
Absolutely. He had,
love it, man.
Until May, he's still working for us, but after May, I will be the first one in line to see his movie.
Because Feige's a fan. He's a fan, man. Yeah, he's like us.
And how much do you want to make a bet? How much do you want to make a bet? Feige put in a good word for James Gunn.
Oh, I can't imagine he didn't. I can't imagine he did.
But something interesting that I did realize, and I don't know if you realize this.
Okay.
Remember when James Gunn got fired from Disney?
Yeah.
You know who fired him?
Was it Feige?
No, it was Alan Horn.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay? Follow me here.
Okay.
So they got Gunn back. Everybody makes nice nights. Alan Horn, a couple years later, he steps down from Disney.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Alan Horn is right now?
Oh, don't tell me he's DC now. Or he's at Warner Brothers.
He's working with Geekdom at Warner Brothers.
That's insane. So he had to be part of hiring them then.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It was probably one of his ideas.
Maybe it was. Look, I mean, I don't think James Gunn is he doesn't come off as a stupid person. So I guarantee he has sat behind Feige and learned everything he possibly could. And I guarantee he could go to Feige even in a year from now, 2 years from now, and say, "Hey, man, I'm having this issue. What's your advice?"
Right.
And I guarantee he would give him good advice and move on because Feige does not seem like the type of person that is going to hate on anybody, especially in this space. He is not going to bring down comic book, in any way. He loves them too much.
And remember, don't forget this, when Gunn got fired, don't forget what happened with all the cast of Guardians.
Yeah.
They stood by Gunn.
Yeah, they did.
They were loyal to him.
I think that one was I think that was handled a little wrong, in my opinion, anyway.
Oh, yeah. I knew too, and I think they did too. That's why they got him back.
Especially when they came out and stood behind him, I was like, okay, this doesn't seem like what they're making it out to be then, because they were making him out to be this like tyrannical director that was like on a tangent basically, and the entire cast is like, no, he's cool as hell, we love him. So it's like,
I forget the details, but it had to do with old tweets from his past.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It didn't feel right. It didn't feel right at the time.
But it was interesting because they hired him back from Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
But he already got the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So my theory is this. He said, okay, I'll come back, but you're only getting me for Guardians 3. And then I'm done. And then I'm done with Disney. And we'll make nice, we'll play, we'll do everything right, but I'm not new Guardians 3 and a holiday special.
Sure.
And that's what we're getting. And that's what we're getting.
Yeah, but I don't think he has any animosity towards it now.
No. Of course not.
I don't think he like is doing it in a like, you know, I just want to not be a part of Disney anymore. I think this has been in the works for probably a while.
Yep.
I think he's known about this for a while, and he probably, like you said, went to him and said, "Look, I have a better offer. This is it. I'm done after this." You know,
Right.
so, or at least they're talking to me about it. Maybe at that point they were just talking to him, but
I think as early as the summer. I think they've been
sure,
playing with it since summer. That's my gut.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
because
that's my gut.
they wanted Saffron to do it by himself at first, and he said, "No, I won't do it unless there's a partner with me."
Right.
So
And
that's probably around the time when they got, or at least he
right.
had already been talking to him about it, probably.
Right.
So yeah, makes sense. I was watching Christian and them today, and they were talking about how Feige and him probably had a conversation where he was like, "They want me to be you. What do you think?" Do you think that conversation happened?
I watched that too. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It
And
makes sense.
like,
It makes total sense. Like, they want me to
and
be
I
you.
like,
I don't know. Like,
and
what do you
I
think?
like, I like Corey's comparison when he was like, every Marvel hero creates their own nemesis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, but I think that's I think what they were talking about too, though, was what we were just talking about, which is Feige just doesn't seem like the type of person that's going to hold a grudge, and he's definitely not going to be like an a-hole about this at all. So I think this do you know what this actually excites me for? If they sign on, because they said it was a 4-year deal for right now.
Yeah.
Which obviously it'll be longer. I mean, I would assume.
Hopefully, and it's good. And they do good, hopefully, longer.
Yeah. What if, this would be so awesome. What if we could get a crossover? Eventually. Not, 20 years.
Eventually, I would want Mary Ellen to meet Peter Parker and have a good crossover movie.
I just here's what I want, only because it's so fresh in my mind from the trailer. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I want to see. I want to see Ant-Man and Atom Smasher.
Ooh, that would be good.
I want to see them two go at it, dude. That would be so fun. You go molecular level and then straight up huge, and then oh man, that would be a cool fight. You're like, get back here.
I want Green Arrow and Hawkeye.
Dude, yes. I want that though. You know what I want? I want that to be like a holiday special, and it be the Robin Hood scene where they have to have a shootout, like an arrow shootout.
That.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's what I want. I want them to like an arrow shootout. That would be awesome.
Captain America and Superman.
Oh, that's unfair. No, that's unfair. Come on. Superman is way stronger than Captain America. That's not even fair. That's not a fair fight. It's just not.
Okay.
But I know what you mean. It would be a cool fight to see. But
Wolverine and Batman.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I like that one. Wolverine and Killer Croc. That would be
Deadpool and Harley Quinn.
Deadpool and Deadshot.
There we go.
That's another good one. Yeah.
I mean,
if they did it just for fun, if they just had some fun with it and said, you know what, we're going to do a huge blockbuster movie, DC versus Marvel, and we're just going to have fun. This doesn't mean anything. It isn't connected to anything. We're just going to have some fun, guys. Like, I would lose my mind.
I just know for the first time in a while, I'm happy to be a DC fan. I'm excited to be a DC fan again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. I'll tell you another cool crossover I'd like to see actually out of this. And this would have to absolutely be like a separate movie, a solo movie. But did you play the Injustice games?
No, I never did.
Okay. Well, they did the DC verse Mortal Kombat, where it was
Oh,
the DC characters and the Mortal Kombat characters.
I'm playing that one.
Dude, that would be fun if they did that. If they did a one-off or like a little like a small trilogy of like, the DC versus Mortal Kombat characters, dude, that would be some fun stuff there. But again, see, this is stuff that they don't think about. They don't think about this stuff like we do, man. They don't think about it like we do.
Maybe not a good thing. I don't know.
Well, it might be. It probably, because we would waste a lot of money on some crappy stuff. Oh, there'd already be like 5 Leia spinoffs if you and me were running Lucasfilm at this point. We'd have Leia.
I was learning about this. There's an elephant in the room.
Uh-oh.
We need to talk about one. If this goes well, could we see something like this happening with Lucasfilm?
I tell you what, I would have said no before we got the news we got about Kathleen Kennedy and the scolding she just took. Yeah. Because now he's like, I'm not playing with you. Like this, you went too far with all these announcements. And if you can't right this ship within let's say the next year, I might have to replace you as creative head. Maybe not, not get rid of her, but like just say, look, I'm stepping in. You need to put somebody in charge. DC is killing it now. Marvel's killing it because of Feige. Why aren't you? You're obviously not the right one. We need somebody that can right this ship. You need to do it. That could happen at this point now with it, after that news coming out.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like he's playing around. Doesn't seem like he's playing around.
No, he's not. Let me ask you this.
Sure.
Who would you team her up with?
Oh, I wouldn't team her up with anybody. I really would. I would completely get her away from creative.
No, who would? If she's a producer head, who would you make creative head?
I mean, you know who I want. I want Filoni. I think Filoni and Favreau together is the combination that you want because Favreau has all of the filming and making movies knowledge, and Filoni has all of the storytelling knowledge. So,
but if you have Kathleen Kennedy there, do you need Favreau?
Probably not necessarily. I just like him involved in it the way he's been involved in it so far. I mean, I just don't see why he would walk away from that.
I'm really thinking because you're right. Filoni is a creative. Filoni is who I would choose for the creative.
Sure.
I didn't know if they need team producer head. And then either Kathleen.
Well, I don't even think you have to make him the producer head. I just think you like they're doing here with Saffron and I mean technically he's the CEO, but he is the creative head technically also. James Gunn, right? He's being CEO and Saffron is like the executive
producer head. Yeah,
right, producer head, production head.
Yeah. They're both CEO.
Sure. Oh yeah. No, I didn't mean it like I'm just saying that. Yeah.
No, I know.
So I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, what? But that's what I think. If you leave her in charge, what I think. Yeah, I don't know how that works. See, I don't know enough about how that works then because I'm just thinking. I'm thinking, like somebody's ahead above her, saying, "Hey, you need to put people in charge of creative." I think this team might be the way to go is having two people that are on the same page with each other because Filoni and Kennedy are not going to be on the same page. If that's how it goes is Filoni and Kennedy, it's not going to work to me.
Right. Yeah.
Because she's not going to give in enough to him and he's not going to pander to her either if he's the creative. If he is named the creative head and he's supposed to be the one making decisions creatively and she tries to step on his toes, I think he would have an issue with that. I really do.
How about the Favreau and creative head? Favreau is not ever head, but Filoni is like right there with him.
Yeah. So here's another thing that I heard, obviously through them, was that Filoni doesn't want to be that.
Okay, so if Filoni doesn't want it,
Right.
give it to Favreau and have Filoni be Favreau's number
Sure.
2 person.
That's
That's
probably
the
the way to
answer.
go.
That's the answer right there.
But it has to be clear, in my opinion, it has to be clear that Kathleen Kennedy is no longer allowed to make creative decisions. Like, I think that would have to be clear to me first.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? And again, it's I hate to say it the way I do because I don't mean it in anything against her.
No,
I just
I know.
think that I think she gets scared sometimes because she is she is a great producer, and everything she's made for the most part has made money. So, she still does have bosses to answer to. So it's not like she's doing it out of like, oh, I hate this property, or I hate the fans, or I want to make everything bad.
Right.
She's coming at it from a legitimate perspective. I have to do it the right way. But like Marvel, like DC, this is a fandom that you can't mess with them. Like, you can't have these games. Like, and I think
I'm just grateful I'm just grateful Chapek finally said something to her. Because it's something we've been saying all along.
Well, I think at this point, even if you're her, though, honestly, knowing the career you've had, are you really threatened by it? Like, if somebody comes to you and says, look, we just don't think that you're the right person to run this specific, like, because Lucasfilm still has, Indiana Jones and a whole bunch of other stuff they do. Right. Yeah. So it's not like she would be losing money or losing, her producer status at all. She's just saying, in this specific universe, Star Wars, I don't fit. So I need to separate myself from it.
You know what I would do? You didn't give me the idea. Take Star Wars, make it into a division in Lucasfilm. Give it to Filoni and Favreau. Then Kathleen Kennedy.
And that's what I was talking about. That's kind of what I meant. Yeah. That's kind of how I envisioned it. Was Star Wars is its own thing within Lucasfilm, and those two are the heads. That's kind of how I looked at it. And Kathleen Kennedy is still above them. She would still be the CEO or whatever. The head of Lucasfilm. I have no issue with that.
That's the answer. Will that happen? Probably not.
Right. That's the unfortunate part. But what I'm saying is, from her point of view, I wouldn't even take that as like a slight or a form of disrespect to me. It's just I don't fit this universe. It's not something that she's passionate about. She's not a huge Star Wars fan.
No, the thinking thing is, and I always forget this, George Lucas had picked her to run Lucasfilm.
Yeah, he did. Oh, absolutely.
I wonder if he thinks that was a mistake now.
I don't know if it was a mistake. I really don't believe it was a mistake to put her in charge, because she is she has some great movies under her belt. I mean, you can't deny that. She is at what she does, she's great at. It's just, I feel like her issue has been she likes to have control of storylines, it seems like, or at least tries to have her input in it. And in Indiana Jones, it doesn't seem like that's been an issue, but Star Wars, just from a fan's point of view, it has, or at least it appears that it has.
You're not wrong.
And we might be wrong. Maybe she doesn't say anything and we're just, it just happens, but it just feels like everything she says and she actually puts out statements about goes bad. Do you know what I mean? That's just,
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
It seems like every announcement or anything she does, more likely or not, doesn't end up happening.
Yeah.
I don't think
I think it started with the trilogy, and we talk about and joke about this a lot, and I don't want to bring it up to start on a new tangent, but just quickly. the plan. I mean, that showed that was her biggest mistake with Star Wars, unfortunately, was not having a plan and just thinking going into it and saying, hey, you make your movie, you make your movie, you make your movie was going to work. And it just didn't. And unfortunately, with a fandom, I mean, look at where DC is right now. I mean, there's been some good movies, but there's been some really bad movies, and fans are not happy. And they made it, and they made a choice, and they made a decision, to change. So,
right.
again,
We
we're on the same page.
We are.
Again, it sucks because I don't ever want to sound like I'm attacking her, but at the same time, I think we have to be honest as fans and just say, look, this isn't we don't want you in charge of creative. That's all we're really saying, or at least I think people like us, sensible. We're not going crazy and saying, "Oh, fire her tomorrow, take her head off." No. We're just saying, "Hey, keep your job, but just give the fans Star Wars back." That's all we're asking. That's all we're asking.
It's really not that big of a deal. This I don't want little franchise to us. See how we can do it. I don't know, man. I mean.
But look, so here would be my other question. So I mean, you and me, we want Filoni. That's the guy that we want, and Favreau. Those two, a combination of those two would be the dream. But who else do you know of? Is there anybody else you can think of that you would put in charge of Star Wars? Is there anybody else honestly out there that you can think of that they don't even have to be a huge fan, just somebody that you think would handle it correctly? At least give it the care and attention, it deserves.
And how many we don't even know about? That's the thing.
Right.
And, before the MCU and the MCU, how many of us knew about Kevin Feige?
Yeah, exactly.
There's somebody out there who knows this stuff.
Yep.
You know what? Before the sequel.
Well, not only that, but now we have people that are considered superhero or comic book movie directors, like James Gunn, and he's making, he makes other movies. But what I mean is, that would have been 20 years ago, and that would have been a stigma if you were considered a superhero or comic book movie director. Do you know what I mean? Where now it's more accepted.
I'll be honest. If you asked me that before The Force Awakens came out, there is one name I would have said. J.J. Abrams.
Okay. I would have probably agreed with you then, yeah. I would have honestly even agreed with you after Force Awakens. I would have. Because I still like that movie. I do like that movie. And I know why you don't like it, and I get it. I know why.
The problem is, I like that movie.
Yeah.
What comes after it makes it hard to rewatch. I'm sorry.
I get it. I completely get it, man. I do.
It's a very well put together movie with a few great scenes in it.
Yep.
The problem is what comes after.
Yep. Oh, I agree with you on that 100% for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I think JJ would have probably been a good pick for me at that point too. But again, I would have rather seen him do the entire trilogy at that point though. Then.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I think I would have rather seen that.
And we talk about this all the time. I wonder how different that trilogy would have been if he did all three.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we would have got Palpatine.
Nope. I think we would have gotten Snoke.
I think we got Palpatine only because he was like, "Oh, you want to kill Snoke off? Okay. Guess what? He wasn't actually a person. He was a clone of Palpatine. You want to kill my guy off? All right, fine. Kill my guy off. Now I'm gonna kill your stupid storyline." That's what those movies feel like to me. They just feel like two movies that are fighting each other so hard it's like a boxing match. It's so bad to watch those two movies back to back.
And you want to make way on the money? Okay, we're gonna take this. I may do this, but I want to.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yep.
Okay,
Exactly.
we may go down in this rabbit hole, please. I know we're already halfway down, but I'm pulling us out. Is there anything else? I mean, I think they DC news is just big, and
It is,
one person,
especially with the sort of simultaneous announcement of Henry Cavill coming back too. I mean, that's actually big too for this.
Would you be happy if Gunn directed a Superman movie?
Yes, but you know what? I think the first movie has to be completely on Krypton, and the end of the movie is him sending Kal-El to Earth. I want to see the not prequel, but I want to see that. I want to see that movie of what happened on Krypton. I want to see the fall of Krypton.
But Henry Cavill out. You don't need Henry Cavill for that movie.
No, but I think that this would be just like it's just what I would want to see if James Gunn did it, because I would want to see Krypton through his eyes.
Gotcha.
Just because he's such a great. I mean, what he did with Guardians, the first Guardians and second Guardian. I mean, just the visuals and what we got from those movies. I think that would be so cool to see his version of Krypton.
I didn't want a good Superman movie, man.
Maybe not the whole movie then. Maybe the first part of the movie. Give us just.
Well, we got that with Man of Steel. Yeah, I know that wasn't good, but that was.
Yeah. No, I know.
I wish it is. I think they finally put that.
Did you ever watch that show? It was about like on Krypton. It was called
Krypton.
Was it called Krypton? Yeah, okay. Yeah. It was like one season. I really like that. I just don't think that's what Krypton looks like. That to me looked like Game of Thrones Krypton. That Krypton to me is like everything is like white, clean. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
Sort of just. Yeah, it looks like sort of like the inside of the prison in Andor. Just everything is clean and you know what I mean? Like that's what Krypton looks like to me in my eyes. Just because they're such an advanced civilization, so them looking like old time Romans, was sort of weird for me.
Maybe we can get that one day. Maybe we can get Krypton series.
That would be fun.
James Gunn.
Oh, see, there we go. See, that would be fun. Yeah, I would, but I think Superman would be a good one for him. But you know who I think actually might be better for him? Now that I think about it, and it's in space. Green Lantern.
That would be good.
James Gunn's Lantern Corps.
Ooh, that would be good.
That would be fun. That would be
really
fun.
You could get Nathan Fillion. Yeah. You either be Hal Jordan or you have a cameo role.
What if he did Martian Manhunter?
I would like that.
Martian Manhunter would be fun to see him do. What happened with that? That was such a cool reveal, and then that just went nowhere.
Well, that's part of the whole Snyder thing. You were never going to get that.
Yeah. He was good as Martian Manhunter, dude. He was good.
He was good. He was good.
I would have loved that. Then he comes back at the end. Yeah. Oh. I'm such a whore for that stuff. Like I can take
the Snyder cut? Didn't you like the Snyder cut?
Oh, I stand by the Snyder cut.
Okay.
Yeah, I stand by the Snyder cut, man. And again, I will never say it's like the perfect movie or he made a perfect movie. Nothing like that. I just like his version better than the theatrical version. That's all.
I think there's a great version if you combine the two movies because there are
Oh, sure.
elements in the theatrical cut and
Sure.
I prefer more rather than the Snyder cut.
Oh, I would agree with that. There are some stuff. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I just think overall the story makes more sense for me. What he added, but again,
Yeah,
I think his. I also think his story could have been shorter. I think his movie could have
right.
been shorter. I mean, I do think that. I think he stretched it a little bit,
But
but at the same
I
time, I like the some of the little things he added.
I think they were like, we're finally going to let you make your version of the movie. You make it however you want it. We won't
Yeah,
give you any notes.
yeah,
And for better or for worse,
right.
that's what we got. We got Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah,
No notes, no input. We
yep.
got what he wanted to do. With
And
it,
I think that was originally his cut, though, wasn't it? Wasn't that was a thing when he was still doing the movie that he had like a 3 hour cut or like a 4 hour cut
yeah,
or something?
but he added a few more stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
what exactly, but he did add a few more stuff.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Again, I just like that version a little bit better. Also, I love the black and white version. That's the one I really like. I love the
See,
black and white version.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have to think
But
about
again,
it.
I can understand why people don't like it too, because like that the apocalypse or the post apocalypse scene, I still think
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. Like that to me is still ridiculous.
And it makes sense for the epic story he wanted to tell, but never got to tell. But,
Well, it's a setup for something we know is never coming, so I don't understand why do it.
right.
That's kind of how I look at it. Do you know what I
But
mean?
again,
Because that's a
you,
completely different
every,
storyline than what's in Justice League. That's not the same
but
storyline.
because everything he wanted to show in his original version,
Yeah,
they said, fine, show it. Even if it makes no sense, show it, because we're never going to let you do it anyway.
yeah. Oh, the
But,
one thing I've always wanted, I want the Injustice storyline eventually. I want them to do it, but they'll never do it because they'll never let Superman go completely bad. They'll never do it.
right.
They'll never
Not
let
yeah,
Superman be Superman or be
right.
Injustice Superman.
Only we get a good Superman and Lois season 3.
I can't wait. Oh,
Me too.
when's that come out? Is it season? No, it's season 3. Oh, it is season 3. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was thinking 4 for some reason. No, it's season 3. Yeah, that I think if they didn't bring Henry Cavill back, then that's the one you bring in because that dude is Superman.
Yep. He's good.
100% Superman.
I like Henry Cavill more, but
Yeah,
Tyler does a good one.
yeah,
Tyler does a really good one.
yeah. No, that show is just awesome. That show is so great. Yeah.
Alright, we got to wrap up because we could be doing this for 2 hours. Any final thoughts about anything?
Um. Yeah, I'll just say, dude. I mean, I think we say it a lot, but it is so great to be a geek right now, man.
Yeah.
It is so great to be a geek right now. We are in some of the best times to be a
It is
geek.
great. It's great to be a part of the multiverse and this Geekdom.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. This is just awesome.
All right, Don. Tell all the good. Can you do it? Can you
I'm going to
tell
do it.
all the
I'm going to
good
do it.
people where they can find you?
Yes. So you guys can find me on Twitter at Jedi Master Tuck. You guys can find me here Mondays on the Fellowship of Geekdom. You can also find me Tuesdays on Geekdom Initiative, which we will be bringing back this Tuesday, guys.
Yep.
Wednesdays on Jedi Academy and Sundays on Geekdom Uncut. You can also find me in the Facebook group. But guys, please like and subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 100. We have some plans when we hit. So guys, please hit the like and subscribe and share us out there.
Absolutely. Like Don said, you can find me on all the shows he said. You can also find me on What Are You Watching? My new show where I interview a guest.
Yeah.
Last night I had a great interview and talk with
I didn't get to watch it
Bruce
yet,
Hawes.
but yeah.
I have some great news for you off camera, but
Okay.
yeah. And right here
I
on
love that
Weekly
first episode though with Loomis, man. Talking about Dragon Ball. That was one that's
Oh,
such a great episode. I'm
it
excited
was
for this
fun.
next one. Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And you guys, you can find me right here on Weekly Geekdom and Geekdom Uncut. Can also find me on the Northern Entertainment Group every Tuesday on Rewind the Tape and every Saturday on the Northern Countdown. Guys, thank you for checking us out on the Weekly Geekdom. We'll see you next time, and let Geek be with you. Thank you.
Bye guys. Bye guys.